What is up, Mom Nation? Happy Tuesday and happy day after Memorial Day. I hope you guys all had a wonderful and safe and fun holiday weekend. It's like the kickoff to summer, right? So I figured we would just chat a little bit today about some summer staples that will help us stay cool, help us stay healthy, help us stay balanced as we navigate, being out of school, it being hotter than heck in the Phoenix area, and also vacations and stuff like that. So first, I wanted to chat about just some ways, some things that I see in the summer that we can make some easy swaps to avoid going in reverse with our health goals and or overdoing it at events, over consuming sugar, because we crave sweet stuff and we crave cool stuff. So like popsicles, ice cream, that kind of thing. So we can make a lot of these things pretty easily on our own to still have the fun, like real ice cream, real Otter Pops or popsicles. But I don't know, like I used to eat Otter Pops as a kid. Like they were my main staple in the summer. I remember that being like the only thing I ate, which essentially it was just a big sugar bomb. So let's talk about some things that we can do to have some fun treats in the summer, but not go overboard, and also feel like you are feeding your kids some happy and healthy things as well. So number one, we're going to talk about cottage cheese ice cream. And I know this sounds crazy and it might sound gross to you, but I have been working on this for a long time. And I swear to you, if you do it the right way, your kids are not even going to know that it's high protein, lower in calories, and a really good summertime snack that literally tastes just like ice cream. So I've been trying it with fruit. And if you do it with fruit, it's going to come out a little bit more icy, just so you know, if you are a more fruit person. So what I'm going to recommend to you is chocolate, or doing it with, I haven't tried vanilla, but I think if you have a good vanilla extract, you can do it with vanilla as well. And I'm going to tell you how to do it. I haven't tried, I'm a chocolate girl, so I have an admission that I have not tried vanilla yet. But if you are more like vanilla type of person, or you want to do one that's just kind of plain and then be able to add toppings to it, this might be your way to go. But I did it with chocolate, and this is all it is blended cottage cheese. So you want to get one with fat in it. So you have a non-fat cottage cheese and like a 2% and then a full fat. I usually get like the low fat cottage cheese. You do want a little bit of a fat for it to stick together and to have that like creamy consistency, obviously. Honey to taste. So depending on how sweet you like it, cocoa powder, and then you're going to add either chocolate chips. We don't want to blend those, so you're going to add those later, or I use the Trader Joe's peanut butter cups that we just cut into pieces. So blend up the cottage cheese, add in the honey to taste, add in the cocoa powder until you have a creamy consistency. You're going to put it in an ice cream pan, and then add your toppings to it. Like I said, I like chocolate chips. I like the peanut butter cups. You could do M&Ms. You could do whatever the case may be. But if you keep those obviously on the lower end, then mostly what you have is a little bit of honey for sweetener and a high protein ice cream treat that I swear, like, you won't even know the difference that isn't ice cream. I did the same thing with strawberry, and I will tell you that the strawberry comes out a little bit more icy. So if you like a sherbet style, it's going to have like kind of a consistency of a little bit of both. So that's up to you. You can play with this and play with the toppings as well. Or again, I would do the same thing with vanilla extract, use a real legit vanilla extract. then some also honey, or just do honey, like a sweet cream type situation. And then you'll have kind of more of a plain, so that you can have your kids and family like make their own sundaes. And then you have the kids don't even know that they are eating high protein. You are eating high protein, and you could add fruit, you could add candy, you can add whatever you want to it. Another one is frozen grapes with a little bit of Kool-Aid sprinkled on it. Sounds crazy, I know, but it tastes like a little popsicle bomb. So you want to get whatever grapes that you like, obviously, and rinse them off, and then add a little bit of sweetener. You can do sugar, or you can do a 0-calorie sweetener and Kool-Aid, and freeze them. And then you have like these little strawberry popsicle bombs that you can feed the kids. You can put them in water, which is fun, because then like the Kool-Aid flavor tastes comes out, and then they have the grapes that they can eat when they're done drinking their water. So it gives you the opportunity to hydrate yourself and your kids, and have a little bit more of a fun, less sugar snack for the summertime. Okay, next thing we're going to talk about is building, going to events. So oftentimes in the summer, we're going to barbecues, we're doing a lot of things outside. It's a really good opportunity to start to understand building balanced plates. So what it often looks like is like a grilled meat of some sort, and then a lot of side dishes like potato salad, macaroni salad, that kind of thing. But there's often fruits and vegetables happening too. So here's how we're going to build our summertime plates so that we stay balanced, so that we can still enjoy some fun time out and be in alignment with our health goals. So number one, you're going to pick your protein source. So we want to have a 5 to 6 ounce portion of protein, which is going to be like a palm size and a half, or 2 palms. I have small hands, so about 2 palms for me would be, if you can see, like a good size chicken breast, burger patty, that kind of thing. We're going to start there. Then you're going to fill the other half of the plate with fruits and vegetables. So fruit salad, the charcuterie tray, or whatever the case may be. Fill it with fruits and vegetables. And then the little corner that's left is going to be for your carbs and fat sources, which that's what you're going to get with a potato salad, a macaroni salad, cheeses, those kinds of things. Obviously potatoes and then pasta are carbs, and then whatever they're using, mayonnaise or dressing on the salads, are your fat sources. So then you easily have a balanced plate. You get to enjoy a little bit of everything at the barbecue. And I would say, personally for me, one, I have celiac, but two, if they're doing burgers, I would go bunless, and not because I suggest that you not eat carbohydrates. I definitely want you to eat carbohydrates. What I want from that is I would probably rather have a glass of wine, or maybe a little dessert later, instead of having the bun. And so that's how you can start to make some swaps that are more mindful. It's you're going to have your protein. You can put a bunch of veggies and stuff on the burger too, whatever toppings that you want with it. And then you can, instead of having the carbs with the bun, you have the carbs with the brownie, or the glass of wine, or the cookie, or, whatever it is that you choose to have in balance. And that's how we can create a balanced lifestyle of eating correctly. You may see, if you have a body composition goal, fat loss goal, whatever, it's going to help with that, but it's also going to help us stay nutrient balanced throughout the year. If we think about building plates in this capacity all of the time, you are going to remain balanced 365 days a year. Yes, some days are going to be off. You'll be sick. You'll be on vacation, whatever. But for the most part, if you can do it that way, you are going to be in a way better place for having, minimizing health issues, minimizing dehydration, minimizing gut health issues, all of these things that happen to us if we are not balanced in our nutrient profile. And we can do it basically without thinking and still have our fun foods in there too. You don't have to feel guilty about wanting a cookie or a brownie or whatever the case may be. It's like, no, I had my protein source. I had half a plate of fruits and veggies. I had a little bit of potato salad. I skipped the bun, but I'm going to have the brownie, or I'm going to have the glass of wine, or whatever the case may be for you, whatever it is for you that like is that balance. And that is how, if you start to like focus in on that also for your kids, you can do that during the school year. You can do that all through the summer. If you're building their plates like that, they get a little bit more used to eating balanced in that capacity as well. You might have to manipulate that a bit. Maybe they don't like tomatoes, and so you don't put tomatoes on their plate, but they will do carrots and celery sticks and a little bit of ranch. So it looks like that for them to adapt that to like a kid palate versus an adult palate. Okay. So let's talk about some more fun things that you can make for the summer that are cooler dishes that are going to be balanced, and you'll be able to make them quickly. Overnight oats. Such a great breakfast. There's so many recipes. If you're not in my recipe group, let me know. I will get you into it. All you have to do is type overnight oats recipes. You make them the night before, add some protein powder. They sit overnight and seep so they get soft. It's cold, so you eat it cold. It's a cold oatmeal. It's ready to go in the morning for you. So all you have to do is grab it and go. I work from home, so I don't put it in like a to-go type cup, but I have a lot of clients that will put it in like a shaker bottle that you can either eat with a spoon, or if you prefer it to be more of like a liquid, then you just drink it. That's hugely beneficial in the morning. Yogurt is a game changer. So you can freeze it and make it more of like an ice cream if you want to. But it's a nice Greek yogurt is a high protein, balanced breakfast source. We're going to go through like the meals that you can start to prepare, because I think when we get to the summer, one, our appetites just naturally go down, and two, we don't want to heat up the kitchen. So if we're making things and preparing them ahead of time that are cooler and more refreshing, again, I have like hundreds of overnight oat recipes. So if you need them, I can show you where they are in the recipe group, or we can send them over to you. We have some that you add cottage cheese to, so you add a little bit more protein. I have all kinds of stuff, but it's a great, and then the internet, of course, just Google overnight oats and you can get any flavor you want, like from chocolate to caramel to banana cream pie, like every flavor you want of healthy overnight oats. And it's a good fiber source for you. And it requires minimal preparation the night before, but it's ready to go first thing in the morning. And then Greek yogurt. And that's my main breakfast. I'll tell you, I like Greek yogurt, fruit, a little bit of nuts. That is what I eat every single morning. But especially when it gets hot, I usually do oatmeal in the winter. If I'm cold, I want something like cozy, but in the summer, I'm going to switch over to Greek yogurt. Takes about 3 minutes to prepare. Just take it out of the container, add your fruit to it. Most of the time I do berries. So all I have to do is rinse the berries off. We do that when we get them home. And so I can add that right to and make myself a little yogurt parfait. Another thing that you can eat on the go, protein shakes. That's essentially what you want to think there. Is your Greek yogurt, your fruit, maybe a vegetable, even adding some spinach to it, because we're going to blend it up, and then protein powder and a little bit of something, milk or water or whatever, juice, kind of depending on the flavor of the smoothie that you're having, some moisture to blend it all up. All of these three things can be made in about 5 minutes time and taken on the go if you need to run out the door to get the kids to camp or whatever the case may be. So for lunches, I talk about this so often and people are like weirdly mind blown. And I was too when I thought about this again. Sandwiches. You guys, we like we sleep on sandwiches for some reason. And it's such an easy and like literally the most balanced meal you could possibly have. You have protein, turkey, roast beef, ham, whatever, whatever meat you like. What isn't going to be super balanced in sandwiches is like a BLT. So if you want to add bacon, totally cool. What I would say is add a leaner protein source to it, like a sliced chicken or sliced turkey. But sandwiches, so easy, so balanced. And then we put a side of vegetables and hummus or vegetables and guacamole so that you have something to dip. It's super fun, easy, and you can make it as elaborate as you want. If you have a little bit more time, maybe you grill them, maybe you make paninis, maybe it's that kind of thing. But cool meal to prepare really fast in the summer. The kids, if you have the kids in the pool, they can get out real quick, eat their sandwiches. They're good to go. You're good to go. And you have a meal in 5 minutes. And I'm telling you, I know that it sounds so simple, but I have brought this up multiple times to my community when they're like, I have no idea what to eat for lunch. I'm like, you guys, we overthink this in this massive capacity. And really, we just have to simplify it and break it up into, you want a protein source, you want a carb source, you want a fruit or vegetable, and you want a fat. So a sandwich is like the easiest way to do that. We have grilled, we have turkey breast, we have bread, that's our carb source. We have mayonnaise, that's our fat source, or avocado, something along those lines. And then you add lettuce and tomato, we have veggies. And then of course I would do a veggie or some crackers and hummus, something like that, where you're getting a little bit more fiber on the side. And then dinner, we've already talked about this. If we're grilling and we're doing cold salads, we just want to make sure that the majority of our plate is filled with protein, fruits and vegetables, and then add a little pasta salad, add a little potato salad, add a little cookie, brownie, whatever the case may be, and we have balanced meals for the summer months. You can do that at home. You can do that out, so you feel like you're not heating up your kitchen, you're outside, you're grilling, you're enjoying that part of the summer, if you can even get outside. I don't know, maybe like it's so hot in the Phoenix area, maybe you have to wait. We're not grilling as much, maybe we are cooking inside. In that case, I have a really great crockpot guide, so you should grab that for me, because that also isn't going to heat up the kitchen, and you can make things like green chili pork tacos. You can make I have a pizza one in there. I have all kinds of crockpot recipes. And those are cool, especially if like you go to work and the kids go to a day camp, then you can set it in the morning and have it set up in the evening just to be ready. So as soon as you get home, your dinner is ready. You might have to cut up a few veggies or whatever the case may be to add toppings, but that's it. We want to simplify our systems, especially when we are kind of out of our normal routine. And you can take this on vacation with you. I'm not saying you have to eat balanced meals every meal you go to on vacation, but if you start thinking about that in this capacity, I guarantee you your body is going to operate a lot better. You're going to have more energy. You're going to sleep better. You are going to have better digestion, less inflammation. And if you want to lose body fat or need to lose body fat, that will happen as well by just creating these more balanced meals that are super simple. Stop overthinking it. Create like opportunities to find some more fun, cool, like literally cool, not like, it's not cool like I don't know, I'm 42. I don't even know what is cool anymore, but I actually mean cold, so that you can have like refreshing things for the summer. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about, if you're a protein girly like myself, seek protein powder or a fruit-based protein powder. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it is a game changer. They're called Clear Protein, and I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not selling anything. I just love them. I've been like living on seek watermelon protein as like my snack in the afternoon because I'm so hot. I know I need to get more protein into my day. So all you do is a scoop of the protein powder. I think it's 22 grams of protein. Tastes like watermelon. They have strawberry lemonade. They have blue raspberry. They have all kinds of flavors. And you just add water and ice and you have a nice refreshing protein drink that isn't that like a thick protein shake that doesn't really sound good, especially in the heat of the afternoon. So that's something to look into. Also, you can get it on Amazon. They have different flavors or there's different brands. Just the brand I specifically use is Seek. Just Google clear protein. And especially if you want to, maintain some health and wellness goals this summer, you're looking to get more protein into your diet. That's important for all of us, whether or not you have a fitness goal or a health and wellness goal, is making sure you're eating adequate protein. It's good for muscle growth, muscle maintenance, digestive health, cognitive health, all of these things that we overlook by not eating enough protein. And that's just a simple way to do it. And I haven't tried this yet, you guys, but I would venture to guess that you could freeze them into little like popsicles, like little baby ice popsicles, or if you have the popsicle mold, and make yourself some high protein popsicles. So, when the kids do have a summertime treat and you want to have something as well, you have your own that's high protein, low sugar, and then they have theirs, because of course we're going to have some of that stuff over the summer as well, right, in the house. And if you are trying to avoid that, this is a good way to get around it. You could even add fruit to it. Like I would say like strawberry watermelon sounds delicious. Maybe add a little bit of lime all together and put them in your popsicle molds and make yourself your own high protein, fruit, fiber rich popsicles. I'm going to do this. We're in Mexico, so we don't have, Amazon here, which is a weird thing to get used to in and of itself. But when we go back to the States in a week or so, I'm going to get me some popsicle molds. So if you guys have any popsicle mold recommendations, send them my way because I want to try it. My husband has been loving, popsicles are huge in Mexico, and he's been loving them. So I think it'd be fun to make those. So the clear protein, whatever fruit of your choice, some lemon or lime juice, you have a little bit of tanginess, a little bit of sweetness. It all sounds absolutely amazing. If you need any other tips and tricks about balanced meals, about any, cooler meals that you can make for the summer, crockpot meals, cottage cheese meals. Here's another one. They just keep coming to me as I am talking. A buffalo cottage cheese bowl is so good. So Frank's buffalo chicken, grilled chicken, cottage cheese, and cucumber. It's basically all protein, a little bit of veggies. You can add celery or something like that if you have it too. But it's a cool protein bowl that you can prepare again in 5 minutes, and it's absolutely delicious. If you don't like hot, I'm going to tell you about another one, a caprese cottage cheese bowl. And I know I'm kind of obsessed with cottage cheese. If you don't like cottage cheese, you can try a plain Greek yogurt, but I don't know that it's going to be the same. So you may have to substitute another protein source. But caprese protein bowls, absolutely incredible. So the cottage cheese, whatever kind you want, fresh heirloom tomatoes. If you have fresh basil, do that. Sometimes it's hard to find fresh basil. So you can also use I just use the shaker basil that we have in the spice cabinet, and some sea salt and balsamic vinegar. So good. So refreshing. High in protein, and you can add chicken, you can add turkey if you want to up the protein on that. But I guarantee if you bring this to a event, people are gonna like lose their minds and not even know that it is mostly cottage cheese. So you can blend cottage cheese and like feta also to make it into like a caprese type dip. I would use feta instead of mozzarella because mozzarella isn't super flavorful, even though mozzarella obviously goes with a caprese salad, but you're getting that vibe with the cottage cheese. So blend that together, add some basil seasoning, some sea salt, some pepper, that kind of thing. And then tomatoes on the top, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of fresh basil, and then turn that into a dip. Solid. You have high protein, you have a little bit of fat with your cheese source, you have some veggies in there. You can dip that, like you can use vegetables, sure, like cucumber slices, tomato slices. Why can't I think of vegetables? Carrots, celery, that kind of thing, just to dip straight into it. Super refreshing. And again, high protein, all kinds of fun things that you can do this summer to create balanced meals. Nobody will know are extra healthy. Nobody will know are protein dense, so that you can keep crushing your goals and or just feel like you have a little bit more energy this summer and not over consuming sugary snacks. Have a little bit of sugary snacks and then balance those with your fiber and protein as well. So hopefully this was helpful, you guys. I hope that you all had a fantastic weekend. I figured this was a good light topic to talk about coming out of a holiday weekend where we're probably all tired. We're back to work. The kids are out of school. They're starting camps. They're doing their thing. And you're wondering what you're going to do with them all summer long. So we gave you some ideas there. If you want to come on, or if you have any ideas of different topics that you would like me to discuss in health and wellness, in mindset, in food, whatever, reach out to me personally or comment on any of these posts. I do see all the comments. I try to keep up with them. I do answer all my DMs personally. So I would love to connect with more of you. If you want to come on and have me do a health audit for you, I would be happy to do that as well. So let me know. Let me know how I can help you in the world of health, wellness, mindset, and energy shifting, because that is what I do and I love it. So I hope you all have a great rest of your short week, and we'll talk soon.